Yo, how's it going? Okay, so we're here to do the NFL Week 7 picks for Week 7. That's good. Uh, we got, let's see. We missed the Thursday night game yet again. That's the one fucking thing I seem to be consistent at. And it's like I said, it's just me getting calls. Fucking, here we go again with the eye patch thing. I don't know why I'm doing it by camera. But sorry, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so hoping to capitalize on the great week I had on NCAA. Didn't do so well on the NFL, but you know what? We can do better this week, I'm sure. I find that this week's picks are a little easier for me. I I think this we're not halfway through the season just yet, but certain teams are starting to kind of give hints on what they're going to be like for the rest of the fucking season, and I think that you know, uh, who's going to be good, who's going to be bad, and there's a couple of teams that are kind of iffy right now. So let's go with this first game that I got. Just like I said, they're just in random listed on ESPN. And also the spreads are from ESPN as well. So if they're moving, if they're moving at the bookies, I don't know anything about it. So these are just the spreads I get from ESPN. Okay, so just a little beer to moisten the lips. My fucking arm is like rubber. I'm working with a nail gun yesterday all day, and I had pulled the muscle. Believe it or not, opening a jar. Like I was saying on my other video, that my muscles have pretty much atrophied going 6 months without the. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second because I'm gonna get that towel kind of in the way of that light bulb up there. So just give me 1 second. Yeah, there we go. And now that's nice if we can pause life like that, eh? So we can fucking adjust something. Unfortunately, we can't. Okay, so here we go with some of the picks here, guys. Okay, so first game I got is the Rams at the Falcons. Both teams look like they're in a race to see who can slide down the fucking hill faster. Um, I think that it's starting to look like golf was kind of a fluke last year, right? And that happens. I mean, you'll see that some guy like even Mahomes is starting to kind of fade a little from the way he was last year. Um, and it doesn't seem like the Rams have either an offense or a fucking defense. So it's like, what are you going to do with a team that's, got stars like Matt Ryan or former stars, um, and Freeman, and like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, Atlanta's at home at a 1-5. I think the Rams are 3-3, and it's like, it's difficult to take two teams that seem to be sliding in the right direction. But right now, it's the Rams at a -3, and I've got to take the Falcons because they're at home. I mean, if they're going to play any good, they're going to be playing it at home. I mean, and if they don't, they're sure going to hear it from their fans. So I'm going to give Atlanta one last chance to win this game, and I think they win it outright. So if I were you, I'd take the money line or whatever they call that. Um, mm, so hard to move my arm. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to take the Falcons at home. Miami at Buffalo. A lot of people think that Miami's starting to come back into the system, and I don't give a shit. I think Buffalo can beat them by 17 easy. I think that their defense is well enough to keep Miami to probably getting no points. And I think that against Miami's shitty defense, I think Buffalo can definitely score 17. So I'm going to take Buffalo. And I don't usually take a high spread like that in the NFL, but this time around, I think I will. Jacksonville -4.5 at Cincinnati. Now, I hate to say it, I have to take Cincinnati just for the sheer fact that they haven't won a game yet, and they're at home, so they're going to feel a lot of pressure. Jacksonville might still win, but I don't think they're going to win by 4.5. At that best, they might win by a last minute field goal or something like that. But like I said, I think it's getting really heated for Cincinnati right now. So just like Mariota, I think Dalton is basically gonna uh, adhere to the pressure and probably play a better game. I got Minnesota -2 at Detroit. Detroit's lost at least 3 games that they should have won, including that one last week. That was pathetic. They kept getting into the red zone and kept just kicking fucking field goals. 1 touchdown, they would have won out of all those field goals. I think there was one they were on the 2 yard line and they ended up kicking the fucking field goal. Stupid, especially against a team like Green Bay. You know they're going to be coming back. You want to try to. And that first quarter, they totally dominated, and they should have walked out of that. At least the first half, they should have walked out of that at least with 20 points, and they didn't. But I think they'll beat Detroit. I mean, they'll beat Minnesota. Minnesota plays a little weaker on the road anyway, so I'm taking Detroit at home. Oakland at Green Bay. Green Bay is a -4.5. I think it's going to come down the same as the Jacksonville Cincinnati game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal at the end. I think Oakland's going to get out to a fast start, and then Green Bay's going to play another game of catch up. And again, I think it'll come down to another field goal, which, of course, is not enough to cover the spread, so that's why I'm taking Oakland, just in case. Houston at Indianapolis, -1 at Indy. Indy's okay. They're not bad. They're not a bad team, but they've got a couple of injuries at the corner and safety, and I think that's going to open it up a bit for Jackson. I think that did I get that name right? Jesus, it's like sometimes I gotta recheck because, like I said, these nerve pills I take they're a little hard on the brain. So we got Deshaun Watson, not Jackson. Sorry. I think that's going to open it up for Watson for his passing, anyways. Yeah, I think the only way Indianapolis is going to win this is if they can get to Watson. If they can bust through that. Not that offensive line is very hard to break through, but I think this game. I think he's going to take advantage of the weakness over at the corner and safety. So it's a -1. So I mean, you might as well just take Houston straight up. Arizona at the Giants. I still believe in Daniel Jones. It's -3. Arizona did okay last week, but I still think that I think Jones will carry the Giants out of this one. He's a good quarterback. Like I said, just doesn't have a lot of goddamn support. And but they're good enough to take over Arizona, I think. -3. I wish I was maybe a -2. If you can buy yourself a half a point, maybe do that. But I'm taking the Giants to win. San Francisco -10 at Washington. What is Washington going to do? They got no fucking defense. They got no offense. And you got a San Francisco team that's constantly beating people by 10 points. They've been covering the spreads. So you have to take San Francisco. There's no other reason not to. So, yeah, San Francisco, I'm taking them too. Got the Chargers at Tennessee. Here's another 2 teams that are just fucking going downhill. Terrible. Chargers I don't like. Mariota. Fuck. Boy, did he blow it last week against Broncos. I realize the Broncos have a fair team. And I realize Denver's a tough place to play, but you couldn't score 1 fucking point against them. It makes you want to take the Chargers, but the Chargers give you nothing to bet on either. their offense hasn't shown anything. Rivers is basically like I had said in previous videos. Rivers is the quarterback I always thought he was. Shit, he was always overvalued, always overrated. God damn, that hurts. Um, and it's minus 2.5. I say a field goal decides this game too. At least this time you got the hook on Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee at home. What choice have we got? New Orleans at Chicago. This will probably be the best game of the afternoon. Um, I'm guessing outside that Minnesota Detroit game, probably be the best game of the day. So you got a really stellar defense versus a really good defense in the Saints, and then you got a really stellar offense in the Saints versus a kind of a mediocre offense in the Bears. Bears are favored by 3.5. You might as well take New Orleans because, like I said, here's another game that will probably end up being tight. It'll be low scoring for sure. But take the Saints and the 3.5, and like I said, you got basically a 3.5 point spot. Um, and as far as I'm concerned, Teddy Bridgewater, best fucking replacement in the league this year, right? Outside maybe that was that Kyle Allen, is that his name over at Carolina? He's been doing pretty well too. Um, but yeah, you're gonna have to go with Bridgewater. I hear Trubisky might be back. Trubisky, whatever. Who gives a shit? Um, but I don't think that'll really matter. I think New Orleans takes this one. Baltimore at Seattle. Seattle is a -3. Seattle's been playing really well this year. Totally underrated this year, undervalued, but have a tendency to win very close games. -3 is just about right. Again, another game where I wish you had the hook, but I think Seattle's a pretty good team. It's really tough because a team like Baltimore, they started off so well, and then now they're starting to fade a bit too. Basically just fall in line. I think this is where you got a Baltimore team that looked like they were going to go 14-2. Now they're looking like about a 10-6 team, maybe 11-5 team. But Seattle's looking really good. They're 5-1 right now, and they're looking really good. I think Pete Carroll's got a little bit of life and then vigor back into Russell Wilson's his demeanor. You can tell in the way he's playing. He's playing like he wants to win another cup, another bowl, Super Bowl. So I'm going to take Seattle at home. Okay, so the evening game is Philly at Dallas. Here's another fun game. Dallas embarrassing loss to the Jets. Um, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know what happened. I all I know is that Dallas. I find that Dallas is a better team at home, and that Philly, at best, they're kind of a mediocre team. I think that Carson Wentz, he's just not again not the Carson Wentz that he was 2 years ago. I think that because it's a 2.5, I think I'll have to take Dallas at home as well. I said I noticed there's a lot of games that I feel like they're going to be decided by field goals, but that could turn into a week like that. So I'm going to take Dallas at home -2.5. And the Monday nighter, New England at New York Jets. I swear they should be allowed to switch these games over. Last thing you want to watch is another fucking blowout. Um, Jets gave Dallas a really good run, but they're nowhere near the same class. Dallas isn't even nowhere near the same class as New England is. New England's a -10. Easily win by 10. Easy. Like, I think they'll be up by 10 by fucking halftime. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna have to take New England at home. I mean, on the road, -10. Sorry, this wasn't full of a lot of color commentary this week, but I've been trying to work on a framing site, helping my brother get his house up, and it's been kind of tiring for me this week. So it's kind of hard to actually get some of this stuff done. Um, but yeah, so there you go, guys. There's my week 7 picks. Check out my college picks. I went 16-2 last week on the point spread, and hopefully I do the same. I got 17 games picked, and yeah, give them a check, and hopefully you guys win some money. Please leave a comment, subscribe. I could use some extra subscribers. It's free, and yeah, share with your friends if you can. And before my mouth starts to fucking slither right off, I'm going to bid you guys to have a really good weekend. Have a good night. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Bye bye.